Hi everyone, this is Ms. Rogel, and in this video we are going to be starting Unit 4, which is Units of Measure and Dimensions. First, let's review briefly how to use a video. The first thing we're going to talk about is what you will be doing. You will be taking notes, you will be solving problems, and you will also be checking your work. Now let's talk about your expectations. Your expectations are that you're silent, that you're focused on your own work and you complete all of your work, and that you raise your hand if you have any questions. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take out your composition notebook and write down the objective. So I'd like you to pause the video, copy the objective down, and hit play when you're done. Ready, pause. So what are we learning about measurement anyway? Well, there are two different ways of measuring things in the world. The first way is a customary way, and that's what happens in the US. And that includes measurements such as inches, feet, and pounds. The second way is the metric system, and that's used everywhere else in the world and in science. And that includes things like meters, centimeters, and liters. Now we have to figure out a way from getting from one system to the other system. And that brings me to my next question. Why? Well, here's a funny little cartoon that shows you why we need to convert from one measurement system to another. So this woman stepped on the scale and found out that she weighed 95 kilograms. She thought that was great until she converted it to pounds and saw that she weighed 210 pounds. That's a lot. So now I'd like you to copy some notes down. How do we convert units of measure? Pause the video, write this down in your notebook, and hit play when you're done. Ready, pause. The last thing I want to make sure that you have is your FCAT 2.0 reference sheet. So please pause the video, take out your reference sheet, and locate this chart. Ready, pause. So let's get started with problem number 1. And I'd like you to write things down in your box as I write them in the video. We're going to be solving this together. So let's get started. The height of the Statue of Liberty is 305 feet. What would this height be in meters? So first we have to decide what we know and what we want to know. We know the height of the Statue of Liberty in feet, and we want to find the height in meters. Our second step is to use the FCAT reference sheet, and that tells us that 1 foot is equal to 0.305 meters. Next, we're going to set up a proportion. On the left-hand side, I'm going to write the information I already have. I know that we have that the Statue of Liberty is 305 feet, and we want to find the height in meters, that's x. On the right side, I'm going to write the conversion. I know that 1 foot is equal to 0.305 meters. And I'd like you to notice that I put the feet on the top and the meters on the bottom. Now it's time to solve. We're going to cross multiply and get that 305 times 0.305 is equal to 1 times x. That gives us that 93.025 is equal to x. So the height of the Statue of Liberty in meters is 93 meters. Pause the video, make sure you have all this copied down, and hit play when you're done. Ready, pause. Alright, on to question 2, and you're going to be doing this in box 2. The problem says, in Puerto Rico, gasoline is sold by the liter. Whoops. It takes 28 liters of gas to fill your car. How many gallons of gasoline did it take to fill your car? First, we're going to decide on what we know, and that's that the car takes 28 liters. What we want to know is how many gallons, so I'm going to label that X. Then I'm going to look at my FCAT reference sheet and see that 1 liter is equal to 0.264 gallons. So now let's set up our proportion. I'm going to write the information from the problem on the left. So we have 28 liters, X gallons, and what we're trying to find out, or the conversion that we have, which is 1 liter, which is 0.264 gallons. I'd like you to pause the video, solve it for X, and hit play when you're done. Ready, pause. You should have cross-multiplied and found that 28 times 0.264 is equal to X times 1. Then when I solve, I get that X is equal to 7.392. So that's how many gallons of gasoline it took to fill your car. Copy this down, hit play when you're done. Ready, pause. Problem 3. I'd like you to try and solve this problem on your own. If you get stuck, you can hit play on the video to get the proportion. Ready, pause. Here's a proportion you should have set up. By looking at your fractions decimals, by looking at your FCAT 2.0 reference sheet, you would see that 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. So then you set up a proportion. Ounces on the top, grams on the bottom. Now I'd like you to solve for X. Solving for X gets you 184.275, which means that the approximate weight of an alligator egg in grams is approximately 184 grams. And that's your final answer. Make sure you have this written down. And let's go on to problem number 5. And by 5, I really meant 4. Please solve this problem on your own. When you're done, hit play and you can check your answer. Ready, pause. The correct answer should be 132,000 feet per mile. If you got it correct, give yourself a check mark. If not, go back, check your work until you get the right answer. And if you've gotten this far, you can solve the next 2 problems in boxes 5 and 6. You are all done. Congratulations on finishing your very first stations video. Great job!